Describe your job as an airline pilot, and many times people outside your field have misconceptions, so try and explain what you actually do as opposed to what people think you might do, and maybe talk about like what kind of schedule, days off, things like that.
Typical day, normally you'll have a schedule ahead of time, schedule to fly anywhere from, it can be short months where you fly only 8 or 10 days, some senior pilot, to most of the time you fly between 15 to 20 days probably. But then when you're finished, you're done. That's the nice thing about an airline job, is when you shut the engines down, you're finished. You're not due back until your next flight.
That's awesome.
Which is really nice. So you'll take off and fly for a turn is around out and back the same day. Call it a turn. If you live at your base, it's convenient to do those. And you've got 2, 3, 4 day trips. You'll take off and go with. Used to be we'd stay with the same crew for like the entire 4 days. Now, generally you'll stay with the same co-pilot, but you'll have different flight attendants sometimes multiple times throughout the day because their schedules every hours are different than what the pilots are.
Right. Okay.
So you take off, fly, end up at if you're a layover location at night, the hotels there usually a hotel van is waiting for you, and you get down to the parking area or the pickup area and go to a hotel, which are generally pretty nice. Most of the ones take good care of their crews. And then you get a layover that can be anywhere from a very short one, which might only be 10 or 12 hours, to 24 to 36 hours sometimes.
Right.
You can do stuff on layovers, which is a lot of fun. You fly, if you have a 4 day trip, then generally when you get back, you'll be off for 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
And so depending on your seniority, which days you did, you can have off. If you're pretty junior, you're going to fly a lot of weekends, because that's just generally the senior pilots try to avoid the weekends.
Sure. Okay.
But not always, and we can trip trade at Continental United, unlimited amount of trip trades, which is really nice. Some of the other airlines could not. On my brother American, they could only trade 2 trips a month. We could trade everything. So sometimes I did like a bad line, but it had the right days, and then I would swap trips and end up with a really good line on the days after they wanted. So you have a lot of flexibility, and it's nice too when you're off. You're off. So I could be off during the week sometimes when everybody else is working.
Right.
So it's easier to get on the golf course, you go to the store, and there's nobody there during the weekdays when you're off. And so it makes it like
a typical work day, like for a pilot working like maybe wake up to head down.
Well, once you're, if you leave from home, you've got to be there early enough to get your paperwork, check your publications. There's generally a read file you have to keep current on. You have to log in and sign the information that's come from the airline, from the chief pilot, and so forth.
Okay.
And then you go to operations, pick up your paperwork, where you've got weight and balance, load plan, release, weather, NOTAMs, sign for your paperwork to the captain, and first officer general will sign as well too, so both of you have verified you got it. Captain will bring the paperwork into the airplane. Once you go to the airplane, first officer general comes a little bit earlier so you can do the walk around. At least that's the way we did it. I would do the walk around occasionally just to help out, just to be nice, except if it was raining or snowing, and of course I wouldn't do it. So first officer does the walk around, checks the aircraft, gets in the cockpit, gets everything set up, gets the computer programmed, and gets ready to go. I really appreciate the good co-pilots who do that ahead of time. They'd have the captain's side all cleaned up, ready, all the instruments, speed bugs and everything set already, so that when I got there, everything was ready to go. A lot of co-pilots didn't do that, which meant that I had to, and so I appreciate those that were good at that. And the captain, once he gets there, then he's got to get together with the lead flight attendant, generally together, the whole crew together, flight attendants and the co-pilot, brief the flight. Brief work, kind of talk about what you're going to do and let them know what the weather's like, what to expect. They may let you know if you've got VIPs on board, if you have certain international connections that are important, or maybe medical issues, so that everybody's. And once you brief that, the flight attendants then will give you an okay that they've checked all their emergency gear and the bins and everything in the back. They've got oxygen, fire suppression, everything that they need. They'll give the captain okay that they're ready. And then once you've done the pre-flight, went through the checklist, the gate agent will come down, give you the final weight and balance. They'll ask you if there are any security issues, which is a code for that they're okay and you're ready to go, and you let them know that we're ready to depart. And then the door shut and start the engines and they're on their way.
That's your favorite part about working for airlines?
Well, the camaraderie is really a great thing. They're good people. And pilots are sharp for the most part, so it's really fun. I used to just love sitting in the crew room in between flights, just waiting for flights. You're sitting around a lot of time waiting because you come in between trips and have like several hours. I commuted for 13 years of my career, so I spent a lot of time in crew rooms. And it's just fun being around the pilots because they've got really good sense of humor. They're funny. They talk about a lot of neat stuff, and it's just enjoyable. Just the camaraderie of just being with the other guys and gals and chatting about things. And so the camaraderie is a really important aspect of it. I love just flying. I mean, I like flying. It's a lot of fun just to be able to sightsee. I mean, autopilot's on 1,000 feet every time anyway, so the airplane's flying itself for the most part. So we just you're sightseeing, monitoring what's going on. Obviously, you have to do that, but you got plenty of time to look around. Have my Texaco road map, Captain's Atlas out, checking the where we were and what's to look at. The food's great. Flight attendants take pretty good care of us. So generally, I like that.
What was your least favorite part working for the airlines?
When people are not happy around you, it makes it a little bit miserable. It also puts a lot of pressure on people, and as we talked about in our senior class, sometimes there'll be a lot of pressure on you to, kind of cut corners and do things that are unsafe just to get the job done. Don't do that. That's my advice always, is just follow the rules, be safe no matter what, regardless of who's screaming and yelling at you, how mad they're going to make you, whatever, just do the right thing. So those are, and then of course there are passengers that can be rude and occasionally unreasonable as well too. But the nicest thing about being a pilot is the cockpit door, because it separates the pilots from the riffraff in the back, and so we just let the flight attendants deal with all that stuff. And so flying for the most part, more than the negative aspects of it, it's very overwhelming and very rewarding.
Is there anything that you didn't expect going into airlines, something you hadn't thought about before choosing a career?
I pretty much knew what to expect. I'm trying to think, I didn't know exactly how the schedule would work, whatever. You have no idea how fast you're going to move up seniority-wise. That's all just, there's a lot of luck involved in that. And as pilots, we always say we'd rather be lucky than good any day. And I lucked out because Airlines expanded a whole lot. I got hired right after deregulation. Because we hired a lot of people, I moved up really fast. I moved captain in about 4.5 years with the airline. And so I was a captain for over 21 years in my career, which is, I was afraid it might be so boring just by flying straight and level all the time that it might be. After being in the Navy where we did a lot of turning and burning, which was really fun, I thought, but I found that the people aspect of the airline made it worthwhile. Because I would say goodbye to almost everybody get off my airplane. I did that from almost my entire career. Even when I was first officer, the captain didn't get up to say goodbye to him, I'd get up and do it. And then of course when I was captain, I did on just about every flight every day. I'd say goodbye. So, in the course of my day, I would have hundreds of people sometimes thank me for doing a good job. And they were sincere about it. They were walking down and getting off the airplane. And that made it very rewarding because they were appreciative. And there aren't many other jobs you can get that kind of immediate feedback and appreciation.
From your perspective, how important is professionalism while working for the airlines?
It's very important, actually. Professionalism is where you're doing your job in a professional way. It doesn't mean being stuck up or cocky or anything. It just means following SOP, following FARs, not cutting corners, doing everything by the book. If you do that, you keep yourself out of trouble a lot. And the guys that tend to want to get away from that by being cool, by disregarding checklists or kind of treating requirements in a haphazard way, they just open themselves up to potential for some serious problems.
Would you recommend a career as an airline pilot to others just completing their degree, and why?
Oh yeah, that's the best job in the world. I tell young people all the time when I talk to them, you have two choices in life. You can either choose to work a job for a living, or you can fly. And of course they all say, I want to fly. So it's true. Flying is, it's not like work, it's fun. I mean, it's really fun. You push throttles up, sitting on the runway, you roll on the runway, D1, D2, rotate, you're rotating D2, you're in the air, and it's like magic. And autopilot comes on, and you're just watching everything going on, you're thinking, this is amazing, I get paid to do something that's as fun as this.
Any final thoughts that you'd want to share with someone interested in the airlines?
Just that it's the only way to go. When you think of all the jobs out there that you potentially could have, there's a lot of risk involved with many of them. Right now, we can promise our students that pretty much 100% of them that complete, everything they need to do are going to get a job at the airline, unless they have some medical condition or they mess up somewhere along the way. There aren't very many other majors that can say that. A lot of other majors, you graduate with a degree and whatever, and then you got to go out and figure out what you're going to do and find a job. The airlines are standing by. They're waiting for all the young people right now, and so it's a really good career. The technology is phenomenal. The safety record is unbelievable. Last year, 2014, was the safest year on record in U.S. aviation. And the pay is going up and up and up as the demand for pilots changes, that shift in the supply and demand curve towards the pilot's benefit. It's getting better all the time. So if you really are serious about it, then hang in there with it. One of the things I've heard more than anything else when I talk to people, when they find out you're a pilot, they go, "Oh, I always wanted to be a pilot too." It's like, well, I comment to them is, I want to say, I don't want to be nice, but what I would like to say is, well, I did, why didn't you? You know, what happened? You didn't do it.
Right. Yeah.
I did it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's just that you have to be willing to make a sacrifice, put in the time, pay the money, get the hours, and finally get there. When you do, then it's very gratifying. It's really a lot of fun. You won't talk to any pilots and say, oh, I hate it, it's a terrible job. I mean, most of them love it a lot because it's really fun, and you will too.
Awesome. Thank you.